Hi, I wanted to make this video about how to make a sweeter kefir. I've been making kefir for years now and I love it, but I wanted to try something different. So I found
That
this video
makes
about how
kefir
to make the
as
sweetest
sweet as possible.
homemade milk
So
kefir
the
even
taste is
sweeter.
much
And so I
sweeter
was
and
really inspired
enjoyable
by
for
this
everyone.
video. And so I followed all the steps that she had in this video. And some of these steps are really different from how I make my kefir. But I figured, hey, if it's going to be sweeter, why not try it? So, one of the first steps she does is actually putting the kefir when it's been sitting on the counter after about like 24 hours when I'm about to strain it, is to actually put it in the fridge for longer and to let it sit in the fridge maybe another 24 hours. So it really slows down the process. And that made me kind of worried because I usually don't like to put my grains in the fridge. But I figured I can always rehab them if something. And so I go ahead and put my grains in the fridge and let them sit there. And then when I took it out, I per the video's instructions, she has you actually shake the container with the kefir grains and the kefir, so like they become homogeneous, right? All like one texture. And that's also a step I've never done. And so I was like, okay. I made sure to screw on the cap nice and tight. I didn't want anything to be flying out of there. And so whenever I go ahead and want to strain it, actually made it really easy because the grains were just like really separated from the kefir, because sometimes the kefir is really thick. So then the next step she does is she actually washes the kefir grains with milk. And she allows the milk to go ahead and spill into the already made kefir. And so that's how the grains look. And they look fine to me. They don't look like they've been hurt by being in the fridge. And so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and put the grains in the new container. And there's a lot of grains, and at this point, if I have too many grains, I'll usually just give them to the dog. My dog loves eating kefir grains, and he waits for them, and sometimes he gets them, and a lot of times he doesn't, because I need them too. And so, anyway, that's what they look like. And I should have probably gave some to my dog, but I think I gave it to him next time. And so, then I'm gonna go ahead and just clean off everything from the bottom because you don't want to waste any of the product. And look how runny that is because you have milk in there and the kefir. And so she kind of calls it like a kefir yogurt. And I can see that it's really runny. And at this point, I was thinking, what did I do? But I was trusting her process that she has a really great video. I would check it out just for your own information. And I like to pour my kefir back into the jar where it's been sitting. And as you can see, I had to use 2 jars because of the added milk. And so I go ahead and put them in the fridge so they can sit in there at least 24 hours. And then I'm going to add fresh milk to my kefir grains and put them on the counter for 24 hours. And at that point, I wasn't sure if I was going to put it back in the fridge or if I was just going to do it the way I always do it. Once it is ready, then just to go ahead and get it out. But so here is what the milk kefir yogurt looks like. It's been sitting in the fridge for 24 hours. It has a more runny consistency than my usual kefir. And the taste, yes, it is sweeter, but it is definitely not my preferred taste. I don't really like it, and I wouldn't do this again. But I did learn some cool tricks, and that is that I can put the kefir in the fridge for another 24 hours if I'm not ready to strain it, and that shaking it up to make it all homogeneous is actually a really cool step. And I find my kefir to be really nice now, and putting it in the fridge also allowed me like also gave it like a sweeter flavor because it wasn't as sour because it's been in the fridge. So anyway, I'll continue to play around with different kefir ideas. And thank you for watching. Hopefully this was informational for you. Until next time, this is Vera. Bye.